कोई भी रैंडम प्रोसेस का अपने एक्टिविटी करनी चाहिए ना, तो आप कुछ करेंगे जो पता नहीं सकते।
I request all the heads and faculty members to please ask all the students to job as soon as possible to this stream, as we are having very limited space of 100 participants in this. Then ask others to join on YouTube live. I have already shared the link with all of you. Please share it with all the students. In very soon we are going to start with our second session, that is on intellectual property rights and IP management for startup, and it will be delivered by Dr. G.K. Avari. So soon he will join us.
हेलो हेलो
हेलो
हॅलो युगल फैसाने सर माझा आवाज येतोय का?
हाँ सर आपका आवाज आ रहा है।
अच्छा ठीक है, शेयर स्क्रीन करके देख लो।
हाँ बिल्कुल सर।
कर लूं शेयर स्क्रीन करके एक बार टेस्ट कर लेते हैं।
हाँ सर चेक कर लीजिए।
हेलो हेलो हेलो।
हाँ सर दिखाई दे रहा है सर,
हाँ सर स्क्रीन दिख रही है।
और स्लाइड चेंज हो रही है।
यस सर यस सर।
ओके
Okay, so let's start. Good afternoon all. I Yugal Bhaisare welcomes you again in this session of intellectual property rights and IP management for the startup. In today's speaker is Dr. G.K. Awari sir. First of all, I would like to call Professor Mohan Shirpade sir to please enlighten us with their golden words.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am Mohan Shirbate, looking after autonomous cell at NIT Polytechnic Nagpur. Friends, under the IIC, now we are conducting the impact lecture series today and tomorrow. Today morning we have a very good session that is about the how to convert the innovative idea into the startups. Sir had given a very good idea, good input about this. And many boys were very much not sure कि सर हमारे आइडिया कहीं जाएंगे तो नहीं। अरे भाई नहीं जाएगी, आइडिया कहीं जाएंगी नहीं इसकी तो चिंता है ना। इसलिए जो डॉक्टर आवारी सामने सर हमारे बैठे ना, हमारे मित्र है, वो वही आपको बताएंगे कि आपका आइडिया कोई नहीं चोर सकता, आप खुद भी नहीं चोर सकते, है ना। आपके आइडिया आपके पास रहेंगी, लीगली उसको हाउ टू प्रोटेक्ट इट फ्रॉम दी थेफ्ट फ्रॉम अदर थिंग। तो नाउ ही इज अ वेरी well-versed personality in the technical educations. Dr. Awari is a very renowned person, and he worked at the national, state level on so many portfolios. Now, presently, he is working as a HOD in Government Polytechnic Nagpur. Prior to that, he was the principal at Gaikwad College. He is a regular PhD guide. He had guided so many participants, and very interesting thing to let you know and to tell you all that many of his innovative ideas through his projectee, that is PhD and MTech projectee, that has converted into startup, and they are doing well. They are doing well. That is the very good feature of the Dr. Awari. वो जो भी काम करते हैं उनके MTech के प्रोजेक्ट में या PhD के प्रोजेक्ट में, वो यही देखते हैं कि इसको आगे कैसे बढ़ाया जाए, इसको प्रोडक्टिव कैसे किया जाए, इसका प्रोडक्ट में कन्वर्शन कैसे किया जाए. I find only man in my that 62 years life, जो आदमी झील से काम करता है पहले दिन से, वो सोचता यही कि इसको मैं कैसे प्रोडक्ट बनाऊंगा. तो ऐसा एक अच्छे गृहस्थ आज आपके सामने है. इज रेनाउंड पर्सन एंड नाउ ही विल टेल यू द मॉर्निंग आपने देख लिया कि हाउ टू कन्वर्ट आइडिया इनटू स्टार्टअप. नाउ ही विल लेट यू नो कि भाई हाउ इट कैन बी प्रिजर्व्ड फ्रॉम द थेफ्ट एंड अदर थिंग्स. सो सर का अनुभव है, तो ये मत सोचिए कि आज सर जो बताएंगे एकदम से आपको सर में आ जाएगा और आप कर लेंगे. नहीं नहीं, सर हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे. ये तो आज का पहला दिन है भाई, ये तो करने जा रहे हैं, ये तो ऑनलाइन कर रहे हैं. एक 17 तारीख के बाद कॉलेज शुरू होने के बाद सर तो हमारे पार्ट एंड पार्सल है NIT पॉलिटेक्निक के, हमसे जुड़ेंगे और सही मायने में बोलते ना उंगली पकड़ के चलना, इसलिए हमारे साथ में रहने वाले हैं. अब चिंता मत कीजिए, आज आराम से शांति से सर को सुनिए, सर क्या क्या बता रही है नोट्स निकालिए, और आपके मन में जो भी प्रश्न आया, either you raise your hands or at the end you can ask questions. और सर तो टीचर ही है ना भाई, स्टूडेंट का क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना, आंसर देना उनको तो उनकी खुद में ही है, तो देंगे आंसर, मगर आप मन में कुछ टेंशन मत लीजिए, बिल्कुल टेंशन फ्री लेक्चर सुनिए सर का और गो हेड. आई वेलकम डॉक्टर अवारी सर एंड नो थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
Thank you, Sir Hirpade sir. You give a brief introduction about Dr. G.K. Awari sir. But there are too much things that I have to tell you about G.K. Awari sir. So Dr. G.K. Awari sir receives B from RTMNU in 1991 and ME degree from Thapar University, Patiala, Punjab in 1995, all in mechanical engineering. He has done his PhD in computational fluid dynamics, ME from Sant Gadgewaba, Amravati University in 2007. He has more than 25 years of experience in UG, PG and research level and 10 plus years as approved principal of Engineering Institute in TGPCET, Nagpur, affiliate to RTMNU. He is nominated by AICTE as AICTE expert team. Recently, he has been nominated by AICTE as an expert in panel for National Education Policy NEP 2020. Dr. Awari is guided the 3 Engineering Mentee Institute as a Margadarshak for achieving the NBA accreditation. He has more than 25 Scopus Index journal papers and 253 citations, H Index 8, 33 international journal publications, 29 international conference publications, and 11 national conference publications, and 3 patents, 8 copyrights to his name. Recently, he has been awarded with patent titled as Hybrid Tool Concept for Boring, Reaming, and Chamfering in Single Tool, and commercial product is developed for the Mahindra and Mahindra Nagpur. He is also reviewer for various renowned international journals like ASME, ASCE, and elsewhere thermal science. Sir has represented India in education fair at Colombo, Sri Lanka, and also traveled to SEGI University, Malaysia on academic assignment. He has been honored with more than 10 awards and he is recipient of Best Principal Award, Best Paper Award, Best Resource Person Expert Award at various international conferences and AICT sponsored STTPs and FDPs. He has authored total 10 books in engineering and technology domain. सर के बारे में इतना कुछ है कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया अपनी लाइफ में. Okay, so Dr. Awari believes in co-learning process and participative management. He has been ranked first in the merit position in MPSC throughout MS, and currently he is head in automobile engineering department at Government Polytechnic Nagpur. He is the best academician and administrator loved by the students and staff members. This is all about Dr. G.K. Awari sir. Now I would like to call Dr. G.K. Awari sir to please continue the session. It's all over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, for the nice introduction. Okay, at the outset, let me congratulate the Nagpur Institute of Technology, NIT's Polytechnic, and particularly the principal of the institute and Shri Mohanji Shirbhate sir, okay, Dr. Amol Deshmukh, and all the people, all the teachers at the NIT Polytechnic who has taken the initiative to organize such kind of program, 2 days workshop for the students under the Innovation Institutional Council. Because nowadays we are talking a lot about the innovation, then incubation, and then the startups. And nowadays the jobs in the market, in the government sector, these are already negligible. Government sector jobs are available for the coming generations. Similarly, in the private sectors also, unless and until the new industries, new startups will come, the employment rate will not enhance or will not increase. So therefore, ultimately, it is essential for the budding engineers to basically go for the product development, and then through the product development we have to go for the starting our own business or the startup, with the help of the fellow friends or with the help of the our family members, and then standing on our alone feet, and so as to provide the jobs to the other people. So today's topic of my presentation, which is being given by the organizers, is basically the intellectual property rights. So let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So intellectual property rights, IP management for the startups. This particular topic has been allotted by the organizers to me, and we'll be now discussing about the intellectual property rights, how to manage it, and how it is useful for the startups. So the patent registration process in India, we would like to see that what is patent, how it will be patented, what is the process of patent, and then in what way we have to move ahead to lead it toward the startup. So that process we will see. So what is patent? The content of my discussion is basically what is patent, what inventions are patentable, what inventions are non-patentable, how to get a patent in India, okay, steps for application of a patent, and benefits of getting a patent in the India. Okay. So what is the patent? Patent is basically, it is a legal document that is granted by the government of the state or the country, and depending on the national rule, which means that if something is
Sir,
being
आपकी slide change नहीं हो रही है.
slide change नहीं हो रही है?
नहीं. हाँ, अब हुई.
नहीं, ये तो उस मोड में है, प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में नहीं था.
प्रेजेंटेशन मोड में कर दीजिए.
सर उसको प्रेजेंटेशन ऑन करके प्रेजेंटेशन शेयर कीजिए सर.
हाँ, प्रेजेंटेशन तो ऑन किया है.
उस वाली विंडो को शेयर कीजिए सर, प्रेजेंटेशन वाली.
अभी दिखाई दे रहा है?
हाँ सर, अभी ठीक.
चेंज हो रहा है कि चेक कर लीजिए.
अभी चेंज करके देखिए सर. हाँ सर, ओके.
हो रहा है चेंज?
हाँ सर,
ठीक
ठीक है.
ठीक. So what is patent? The what inventions are basically the patentable, what inventions are non-patentable, how to get a patent in the India, and steps for the application of the patent, and benefits of getting a patent. So these are the topics which we will see, and then converting into the patent. So we were discussing that patent is a legal document that is granted by the government of the state or the country, depending on the national rule, which does mean that the patent in the Australia, patent in the Africa can have a different rules over there. So therefore, we can say that in the Indian scenario, in India, if you file a patent, it may require 3 to 4 or 5 years time of 5 years time to get the patent granted or to get the patent awarded. But in the Australian countries, okay, the time required for filing the patent and granting of the patent, it only 6 months or 6 to 1 year, maximum 1 year time is required. So why this the kind of differences are also being occurring? क्योंकि हर एक देश के अपने अपने एक पेटेंट के रूल्स है वो पेटेंट के रूल्स के हिसाब से वो आपको एक लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट पेटेंट हो गया मतलब ग्रांट करते हैं. So it gives an inventor of a particular thing the exclusive right to make, use or sell his or her creation for a specified period of time. अगर पेटेंट आपको 20 years का मिला है तो उस 20 years में आपने जो पेटेंट किया है, जो भी आइडिया है, जिस तरह का भी आपने किया है, वो आपको प्रोडक्शन में ला सकते हैं 20 साल के लिए या स्पेसिफाइड टाइम के लिए, जितने टाइम के लिए आपको मिला है उसके ऊपर से. The basic idea of basically this system is to encourage the inventors to safeguard their own creations. Books, movies, and some artworks cannot be patented. So basically, if there are certain ideas, if the ideas are consisting of the design also, ideas are consisting of the product also. तो आपको अगर ऐसा लगता है कि वो प्रोडक्ट बना सकते हैं, उसको हम डिजाइन कर सकते हैं, डिजाइन करके प्रोडक्ट बना सकते हैं, और इस तरह का मार्केट में प्रोडक्ट है ही नहीं, तो उस तरह की जो आपकी आइडिया है या फिर आप प्रोटोटाइप डेवलप करने के पहले जो भी मॉडल डेवलप करेंगे उसको आप लोग पेटेंट कर सकते हैं. तो क्या ये प्रोडक्ट के अलावा बुक को भी प्रोडक्ट कहलाता है? ओके, बुक जो हम लिखते हैं वो भी प्रोडक्ट कहलाते हैं, लेकिन बुक्स, मूवीज एंड सम आर्टवर्क्स दे कैन नॉट बी पेटेंटेड. बुक इवन दो इट इज कॉल्ड एज द प्रोडक्ट, लेकिन बुक्स एंड मूवीज जो है वो कॉपीराइट एक्ट में आते हैं, वो पेटेंट के एक्ट में नहीं आते. However, one can protect these assets under the law of copyright. Means books, movies, and the artwork, they can be patented under the copyright. The law of patent is one branch of the larger legal field, okay, known as the intellectual property, which also includes the trademark and the copyright law, which means that this particularly it is nothing but the legal side of the intellectual property, which is including even the trademark and the copyright. Okay, slide change हो गई कि नहीं, एक बार बता दीजिए. हेलो, स्लाइड चेंज हो गई है? चेंज हो रही ना स्लाइड?
हाँ सर, हो रही है.
ठीक है, ठीक ठीक. इन्वेंशन मीन्स, व्हाट इज मीन बाय द इन्वेंशन? ओके, इन्वेंशन मीन्स a new product or a new process involving an inventive steps, okay, and capable of the industrial application. Okay, so in our country, हमारे देश में बहुत सारे ऐसे इन्वेंशंस किए गए हैं, उसका कोई प्रोडक्शन में या इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेशंस में नहीं आया है. मतलब कुछ पेटेंट जो फाइल किए गए हैं वो पेटेंट कहीं ना कहीं एकेडमिक पर्पस के लिए यूज किए जाते हैं, लेकिन प्रोडक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं होते हैं या प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म में नहीं बनते हैं. सो इन्वेंशन मतलब बेसिकली क्या होता है? इन्वेंशन इज अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट और द प्रोसेस which is involving of inventive steps, and it should be capable of industrial application or the commercialization of the product. So intellectual property rights or the IP means creative ideas and expressions of the human mind, intellect that have commercial value. जैसे कि किसी ने सोचा कि हाउसवाइफ को, है ना, या मेड को फैन साफ करने के लिए, सीलिंग फैन साफ करने के लिए किसी ना किसी मतलब टेबल पे या स्टूल पे खड़े रह के साफ करना पड़ेगा. उसके अच्छा why not to devise a mechanism or such a machine in which case we are standing on the floor और फ्लोर पे रहते हुए वो ब्लेड्स को, फैन के ब्लेड्स को वो मशीन के द्वारा साफ किया जाए. What a good idea, okay, because people are trying to give the comfort to the housewife, wherein also the chances of accidents are there while cleaning the ceiling fan. कोई गिर जाता है ना, साफ नहीं होता है, या सीलिंग फैन की डस्ट हमारे बॉडी के अंदर जाती है. So therefore what is being seen that this kind of mechanism is to be developed. So IP means creative ideas, If it is the repetition of the ideas, then it is not a creative idea. It has to be creative in nature and expressions of the human mind, intellect that have a commercial value. So therefore, I say that the creative ideas will come when you have a certain imagination in your mind. If you don't have the imagination in your mind, then it cannot be converted into the creative idea. इसलिए बहुत सारे लेक्चर में मैं हमेशा बोलते रहता हूँ कि बच्चों के सामने, आजकल के बच्चे जो है वो स्कूलिंग करते वक्त या बड़े होने तक जो है वो कुछ ना कुछ टीवी पे कार्टून देखते हैं या मोबाइल पे जो है वो मोबाइल पे गेम खेलते हैं या कार्टून मूवीज देखते हैं, कार्टून सीरियल देखते हैं। उसमें आप सभी को, आपके जनरेशन का एक सीरियल है जो कि कार्टून सीरियल है नोबिता का, ठीक है, और उसमें एक डोरेमन है। अब नोबिता जो है आलसी प्राणी है और डोरेमन जो है उसके पास कुछ ना कुछ वो गैजेट निकालता है, सोचता है कि इसका मैं गैजेट तैयार करूं। तो ऐसे ही एक इंसिडेंस वो सीरियल में दिखा गया है कि नोबिता सोचता है कि मैं एक जगह से दूसरे जगह उड़ के जाऊं, तो वो डोरेमन के सामने एक्सप्रेस करता है आई वांट टू फ्लाई, ठीक है। और डोरेमन जो है एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स गैजेट क्रिएट करता है, वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स गैजेट से डोरेमन उड़ता है और साथ में नोबिता को लेता है और एक जगह से दूसरे जगह जाता है। How it has come? It has came from the imagination of the Nobita and the Doraemon providing the gadget to him. So what an idea. Okay, now how to convert this idea into the reality? Basically, the project which is going on in the IIT Bombay, okay, and Dr. Karunakaran, who is working on this one, sponsored project by the Department of Science and Technology. क्योंकि देखिए हमारा पॉपुलेशन अभी 130 करोड़ है, रोड तो उतने ही है हमारे, रोड बढ़ने वाले हैं क्या? नहीं, रोड की लेयर बना के, ठीक है, सिंगल लेयर, डबल लेयर, ट्रिपल लेयर, ठीक है, लेन बना के कितना बढ़ाएंगे, वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। सो ही इज बेसिकली वर्किंग लाइक अ एयर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। एयर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में सिंगल ऑपरेटेड हेलीकॉप्टर। सिंगल ऑपरेटेड हेलीकॉप्टर मतलब जैसे आप साइकिल पे बैठ के जमीन के ऊपर अपनी साइकिल चलाते हुए एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते हैं, उसी तरह का वो आपका सेटअप रहेगा, सिंगल ऑपरेटेड हेलीकॉप्टर रहेगा जिसमें आप बैठेंगे, आप ही उसको ड्राइव करेंगे, नेविगेट करेंगे, एंड यू विल रीच फ्रॉम वन स्टेशन और वन प्लेस टू द अनदर प्लेस, एंड मे बी यू आर फ्लाइंग at a height of 500 meter, okay, or 1 kilometer like that. So what a great idea which has come to the notice of the people, and same kind of imagination which is shown in the serial of the Nobita and Doraemon. So therefore the IP means basically protecting the creative ideas. So intellectual property rights, it is an asset, it can be brought, it can be sold, it can be licensed like any other form of property. One of the issues, one of the problems which we see in our country or all over the world, okay, सबकी साइज कम हो गई है। साइज कम हो गई है मतलब आज हमारे पास में सुपर कंप्यूटर्स है, मिनिएचर आईसीज है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन हमारे देश का जो ट्रांसफार्मर जितने साइज का था या पूरे वर्ल्ड का, वो ट्रांसफार्मर की साइज अभी भी कम नहीं हो पाई है। स्टेप अप ट्रांसफार्मर, स्टेप डाउन ट्रांसफार्मर हमारे कॉलमिल में लगा है, कहीं और लगा है, तो वो उसकी साइज कम करना अगर होती है तो नेचुरली फ्लैट का एरिया कुछ बचाया जा सकता है, घर का एरिया या रोड के ऊपर का एरिया जो है वो हमें बचाया जा सकता है, वो दूसरे यूटिलिटी के लिए काम किया जा सकता है। So this can be also a good idea if somebody, the budding engineers like you, come up with the intelligent transformer which will have the size of the miniature like ICs in the computers or ICs in the any electronic circuit. So therefore, this kind of intellectual property rights is basically an asset. You can sell it or you can license it for 20 years, 10 years, so that manufacturing can be done by some other people. So the patents exclusive privilege, or it is exclusively right of the people, when the patent is granted, okay, granted by the government of India to the patentee, and the duration for which patent is granted in India is 20 years from the date of filing or the priority, and it is for the privilege or the right is granted for the commercial gain. Means you can have the commercial product based on your patent, based on your idea, in consideration of the full disclosure of his invention as a territorial right and not the worldwide, which means that if Indian patent is being granted, then you can manufacture or produce the product in India only. It is limited to the our territory of the India. Which inventions are patentable? Any asset or an invention to qualify for a patent, it must meet the three requirements. What are these three requirements? It must be novel and one of its kind, which means that in the beginning itself we have said that कि idea कुछ नहीं होनी चाहिए, idea कुछ हटके होनी चाहिए. It should be creative one. It should be new one. Okay. So the invention must be new and there should not be any existence of the tracing it. It must be unique in itself. An improvement in the current technology by individual cannot be patented, which means that the current technology, current product is there, and if you are modifying that current technology, it cannot be patented. Then I told you that some patents which is filed, they are of only academic purpose, they are not useful for the commercialization. So the patent must be useful, it should add value to the life of the common man, and it must not benefit or support the use of illegal things or must not be used for any immoral purpose. For example, you know that nowadays the war is going on between the Russia and the Ukraine. Okay, similarly, the process of additive manufacturing or the 3D printing technology, which has come up wherein you can manufacture, you can produce your own gun with the 3D printer. So therefore, if you would like to take a benefit of that patent and then going for the using it for the illegal purpose, it is not permitted, which means that the product which you want to develop, it must be useful and it should add the value to the life of the common man. Then which inventions are patentable? Some types of inventions like Isaac Newton's law of gravity or the Albert Einstein's formula for relativity do not qualify to go for this. Means simply no one can obtain a patent on law of nature or any scientific principle. So scientific principles, okay, cannot be considered, or the law of nature cannot be considered under the inventions. Significance of the intellectual property. Significance of the intellectual property, it avoids the duplication of the research. For example, आपने कुछ बनाया है, गो कार्ड बनाया है, या इलेक्ट्रिक की बाइसिकल बनाई है, आपने उसको पेटेंट किया है, तो दूसरे व्यक्ति अगर उसी तरह का काम करते हैं और पेटेंट करने के लिए जाते हैं तो उनको पेटेंट नहीं मिलेगा, अवार्ड नहीं होगा, क्योंकि इट इज अ डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ द रिसर्च वर्क. So one of the significance of the intellectual property is basically the avoiding the duplication of the research. Duplication of the research avoid नहीं करेंगे तो क्या होगा कि India in the patent or in the product will not be developed. It serves as an indicator of achievements in R&D institutions, encouragement for improvement of technologies there. Because if your institute is having the, for example, the 2 patent and some institute is having the 10 patent, then institute having the 10 patent is considered to be more better, more superior than the institute is having the 2 patent. What does it mean? What does it indicates? Basically, it's an achievement. If you are having the patent, it's an achievement. Keep abreast latest development of the technology, because patent is filed in which creative ideas and the latest things are being put up. So naturally, it will be dealing with the latest development of the technology, and also it helps the industry to improve existing technology to produce the better and cheaper product. For example, you know that the Nokia was the product with a single, basically the SIM card, which was popular throughout the world. Okay, but Nokia did not improve from the single SIM technology to the double SIM technology. Therefore, the Nokia has lost the entire market in the world. But what has happened with their competitor like Sony, Samsung, okay, MI, Realme, all these people, they have introduced the double SIM technology effectively compared with the Nokia. What does it mean? Nowadays, there is a stiff competition among the industries also, and they need to keep on improving their existing technology to produce the better and the cheaper product. So therefore, the patent, it is dealing with the latest development of the technology, utilizing the published patent specification. Okay, and it's the ocean of scientific knowledge. Transferring invention as a public property after expiry of term or cessation of the patent. Then after 20 years, once you go for the production, it will be like after expiry the public property. Providing the reward as a exclusive right for disclosure and right to make, use, exercise, sell or distribute an invented product or process in India. Right cannot be shared, licensed or the sold. Making profits, royalty through putting the invention into the practice. Royalty on technology transfer or the licensing, which means that significance of the intellectual property, you can earn the money also by way of basically developing your own products. Hello, hi, नमस्कार. एक डॉक्युमेंट आज उद्या होईल बहुतेक, एकच डॉक्युमेंट काढायचं राहिलाय, आज उद्या होईल. बर ठीक आहे करून टाकतो मी. हो दिला होता ठीक आहे. हो. So royalty on the technology transfer and the licensing, which means that due to the patent or due to the creative idea which you have protected, you can earn the money through the royalty also. Necessary and the sufficient condition to obtain the grant of the patent, कि कौन सी चीजों को पेटेंट अवार्ड हो सकता है. ठीक है, एक तो उसमें नॉवेल्टी चाहिए, यूनिकनेस चाहिए, कुछ तो भी क्रिएटिव आइडिया, क्रिएटिव प्रोडक्ट चाहिए. ठीक है, इन्वेंटिव स्टेप्स चाहिए, जिस तरह से आपने उसको प्रोडक्ट को तैयार करने का माना है, डिजाइन किया है, उसमें आपकी इन्वेंटिव स्टेप्स होनी चाहिए. और थर्ड थिंग, नेसेसरी थिंग जो है पेटेंट अवार्ड या पेटेंट फाइल की तरफ जाने के लिए इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेबिलिटी, मतलब उसका इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेशन होना चाहिए. क्योंकि पेटेंट को प्रोसेस करेंगे और प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे और उसका कमर्शियलाइजेशन अगर नहीं होता है, उसका कोई यूज नहीं है, nobody is ready to produce that, then that patent is also of no use. Okay. So definitions as per the Patent Act and the patent rule. Novelty means what? Novelty means new product or a process. So invention which has not been anticipated by publication in any document, that is, it does not fall in public domain or it does not form the part of the state of the art. which means that, okay, in India, if you consider or compare the situation of the India compared with the Japan or the China, हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं कि जापान हमसे आगे या टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज, हालांकि एटम बम हिरोशिमा नागासाकी के ऊपर गिरा था, उसकी वजह से जापान काफी हद तक अफेक्ट हुआ था। उसके बावजूद जो है वो टेक्नोलॉजी के इसमें कोरिया है, जापान है, ताइवान है, चाइना है, वो हमसे काफी आगे निकल गए, छोटे छोटे देश होने के बावजूद। ठीक है, लेकिन हमारा देश इस चीजों में जो है वो पीछे रह गया, या हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी जो है पीछे रह गई। इसके लिए मैं अपने इससे दो रीजंस को एंटिसिपेट करता हूं, मेरे जो रीडिंग से है वो, एक तो जापान, चाइना या फिर ताइवान, कोरिया, इस कंट्रीज में जो रिसर्च होता है वो रिसर्च जो है उनके लोकल लैंग्वेज में पब्लिश किया जाता है। मतलब जापान की लैंग्वेज में, जापानीज लैंग्वेज में वो पब्लिश होता है जर्नल, दूसरा जो है वो चाइनीज लैंग्वेज में होता है। उसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि जो भी हम प्रोसेस डेवलप करते हैं या प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करते हैं वो कॉमन मैन तक चला जाता है, वहां तक पहुंचता है। लेकिन हमारे यहाँ ऐसे नहीं होता है। हमारे यहाँ जो ऑपरेटर्स है, जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स है, जो काम करने वाले हैं, वो दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड दी हिंदी लैंग्वेज और मराठी, गुजराती, Bengali, so regional languages, and our research papers, journals are being published in the Britishers language, that is English. So therefore it does not reaches the masses, it does not reaches the common people. This is one thing. Another thing is that, okay, what is being seen in the Patent Act and the patent rule, you should not publicize your domain in the public domain, which means that अगर मैंने कुछ बनाया है, उसका मैंने एक पेपर लिखा और वो रिसर्च पेपर अगर मैंने पब्लिक डोमेन में जर्नल के लिए भेज दिया, अब जर्नल ने उसको पब्लिश कर दिया और वो उसके वेबसाइट के ऊपर अवेलेबल है पब्लिक डोमेन में, तो वो ऑलरेडी आपके आइडिया, ऑलरेडी आपका वर्क जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं प्रोटेक्ट होने की जगह जो है, पेटेंट करने की जगह, वो आपने ओपन डोमेन में शेयर कर दिया, which indicates that you do not want to go for the basically patent and there is no creative idea, novelty in it. तो इसलिए अगर आपको लगता है कि it is novelty, it is a creative thing, और जो भी आप प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं, जो भी आपका डिजाइन आइडिया है, उसको आप अगर पेटेंट सर्च करेंगे तो आपको अगर दिखता है कि इस तरह का प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में है ही नहीं, this is the necessity of the common people, in that case instead of publicizing in the common domain, public domain, let us file the patent, get a patent, and then you can go for the publication. Then inventive steps, feature of invention that involves technical advancement or economical significance which makes invention non-obvious to the person skilled in the prior art, which means that there must be inventive steps involved in that and there must be something economical. जैसे मैंने कुछ लोगों को देखा है कि कॉटन बॉल पिकिंग मशीन बनाई है कुछ कॉलेजेस ने, अब उसका पेटेंट भी लिया है। अब ये कॉटन बॉल पिकिंग मशीन्स की कॉस्ट जो है वो 4 लाख रुपए है। एक तो हमारे देश का फार्मर ट्रैक्टर अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता है 3.5-4 लाख का, तो वो कॉटन बॉल पिकिंग मशीन कहां से लेगा? Which means that your product, basically the patent which you are filing, it must have the economical in the nature. It must basically see that it is easy to use. Okay, so this is what it is being expected. Then industrial application. Invention can be made or used in the industry, which means that it should be useful to the society, it should be useful to the industry. Your invention must have the economical significance. नहीं तो आप बोलेंगे कि मैंने बताया है कि फैन क्लीन करने की मशीन आप अगर बोलेंगे उसकी कॉस्ट 5 लाख रुपए है तो उसको भी जो है कोई नहीं खरीदेगा. So industrial applicability is important. which inventions are not patentable, even though the idea of patent is to safeguard the maker's creation. There are certain things that do not qualify for this according to the Indian law, section 3 and 5 of the Indian Patents Act 1970. Any method of agriculture or horticulture, it cannot be patented. Any process under the bracket of medicinal, surgical, curative or other treatment of human being, animals and plant, it is again non-patentable. Any upgrade or discovery of anything that relates to atomic energy, again this is non-patentable. And discovery of unique machine apparatus or process is a non-patentable. So how to get a patent in India? In India, Patents Act is the central body dealing with the filing and regulation of an existing and a new patent. So this act suggests that either the inventor or his assignee or one of the legal representative in case of the inventor deceased can apply for one in the head office of the Indian Patent Office. Okay, उसके अलग-अलग branches है. आप जिस jurisdiction में रहते हैं उस jurisdiction में आपको पेटेंट फाइल करना है. मतलब हम लोग अगर नागपुर में तो हमारा jurisdiction हो गया मुंबई या बॉम्बे. In case the applicant is not an Indian citizen, he or she must file the application in their respective jurisdiction where the address for the service of the applicant is located. वहाँ करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So background of the intellectual property. Okay, this is the property. There are the tangible and the intangible benefits. Tangible means which are measurable. Okay, measurable property, and intangible means which are not measurable. Tangible property means movable. Okay, movable means what? Car is there, mobile bike is there. These are the movable properties. Immovable properties means if you have the house, if you have the building, that is the immovable property. Now, in the intangible, where it is not measurable, it comes intellectual property rights. So this is coming under the intangible configuration. Then intellectual property, it has a industrial property and the copyright. I told you the books, movies, okay, or the papers, research paper, they can be considered under the copyrights. So intellectual property coming under the industrial property can be patented. So we can have the patents, designs, trademarks, and the GIs. This can be protected. Now, what are the steps involved in the process for filing a patent? The procedure for obtaining a patent in India starts even before a patent application is filed with the patent office in the India. Okay. So you can choose to apply for the patent by yourself or take a help from the registered agent. मतलब हमारे देश में registered agent है, वो एजेंट की सहायता से आप लोग पेटेंट फाइल कर सकते हैं, या फिर आपको अगर पेटेंट का ड्राफ्टिंग आता है आप भी खुद कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ योर टीचर्स. Then you can go for filing the patent on your own. There is no need of the agents. Okay. So कौन से एलिमेंट इसमें आते हैं? गवर्नमेंट फीस फॉर फॉर्म्स एंड रिन्यूअल्स. वेबसाइट के ऊपर आप देखेंगे तो अलग अलग तरह के फॉर्म्स अवेलेबल है. Okay. If you choose to have an agent, then the charges for the professional. मतलब पेटेंट फाइल करने की एक फीस है. आप अगर एजेंट लेना चाहते हैं तो एजेंट की फीस आपको देनी पड़ेगी. आप खुद ही करते हैं तो नो नीड टू पे एनी मनी टू द एजेंट्स. It is recommended to get a patent through a registered agent. Okay, because there may be certain non-registered agents in the market, so you should not go through them. If you want to go through the agents, let it go to the registered agent. Step number one is invention disclosure. Invention disclosure means first step is to disclose your invention to the professional. This is done by signing a non-disclosure agreement. Then where we have to fall and in under which jurisdiction we are coming. That is brief overview of the IPFA office. It comes under the Ministry of the Commerce and Industry, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Office of the Controller General of Patent, Design and Trademarks. So these are the patents and the design offices, that is Kolkata, okay, New Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. At 4 places these offices are there. If you are registering for the trademark, then Mumbai, Kolkata, New Delhi, Chennai and Ahmedabad is there. If you are registering for the GI, Chennai's, PIS and it is at the Nagpur. Yeah. Appropriate offices and the jurisdiction for patent filing in the India. Then the place of office Mumbai. So मुंबई के जुरिडिक्शन में कौन कौन आता है? स्टेट्स ऑफ गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, मध्य प्रदेश, गोवा, छत्तीसगढ़, यूनियन टेरिटरीज ऑफ दमन, दीव एंड दादरा नगर हवेली, चेन्नई के स्टेट ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश, न्यू दिल्ली स्टेट ऑफ हरियाणा एंड कलकत्ता remaining rest of the India. The application for registration of a design can be filed at the patent office of the Kolkata and its branches at New Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. मतलब अगर design का patent है तो आपका. Okay, these are the buildings of the Indian Patent Office in the located at the 4 different places in the India. Then website of the these intellectual property right offices. I told you that www.ipindia.gov.in. This is the filing of the application. So physical filing at the patent office is possible. This is one process wherein physical filing is possible. You can go to the patent office and you can register your patent, or otherwise from July 20, 2007, the electronic filing system is being developed by the IP office. In this case, no need to go to the physically to the office. By sitting at home itself, digitally or the electronically, you can file your patents. Who can file the patent application or applicant in India? As per the section 6, any individual natural person, whether it is a foreigner or Indian, they can file the patent. Any legal entity or company or your organization, your institute, they can file the patent. Small entity, that is industry, is registered under the MSME, under the MSME Act, involved in manufacture, production of the good. Or the last one, which we are thinking or discussing nowadays, is startup, or can jointly file with the above, which means that these are the 4 categories which can file the application either alone or either jointly with the some or other agencies. Then physically filing at the patent office. What is the mode of filing the patent in the physical mode? Mode of filing by post or the registered post, speed post with DD, and physical filing at the office counter, which means that if I go to the Mumbai office physically, I can file my patent over there by paying the fees at the cash counter, or otherwise sending the all documents through the registered post or the speed post with the requisite amount of fees of the DD to the patent office. Mode of payments which are acceptable at the patent office, you can pay the cash at the counters of the patent office, or by the demand draft, or by the e-patent. So this is your step number 1, which you have discussed now, wherein disclosure of the patent is there. Then step number 2, that is patentability search. Usually at this stage, your professional performs extensive research for prior evidence in all the possible databases. Further, he or she builds a patentability search report based on your invention. So we have discussed that the patent, it must consist of the novelty and the inventive steps. So it does mean that it should not be filed by other people, or it should not be similar kind of product which is developed by you. So therefore, in the step number 2, the professional performed the search report for a patent, whether such kind of patent, such kind of idea, such kind of design, such kind of product is already patented or not. This step number 3, decision to the file an application for patent. So this is where the actual process begins. So after the detailed research about any existing history of your invention, you can decide if you want to go ahead with the patent application file. मतलब आपने प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन किया, आपने प्रोडक्ट तैयार किया, अगर आपको लगता है पेटेंट फाइल करना है तो उसके लिए पहले सर्च रिपोर्ट करना है, बाकी और कैसे किस के पेटेंट है, क्या है ना, वो आपको देखना है पूरी तरह से. और अगर आपको लगता है कि your idea is new, your idea is creative, nobody has developed this kind of product, nobody has designed the product like this one, then in that case, okay, we have to go for filing a patent. Then you have to decide. Then step number 4, patent drafting. So you can choose to draft the application on your own or take a professional self to do this. मतलब पेटेंट ड्राफ्टिंग करना ये भी एक आर्ट है, ये भी एक स्किल है. तो इसलिए आप खुद भी अलग अलग तरह के पेटेंट पढ़ के, सेक्शंस पढ़ के, रिसर्च करके आप अपना पेटेंट ड्राफ्ट कर सकते हैं. नहीं कर सकते ऐसा नहीं है, नहीं तो आप प्रोफेशनल की और एजेंट्स की हेल्प ले सकते हैं. सो द स्टेप नंबर 4 इज द पेटेंट ड्राफ्टिंग, एंड आफ्टर दैट okay, you have to file the patent. So after you are done with your patent draft and you are satisfied yourself with the scope and details, then you are ready to file for a patent. अभी कुछ छूट गया है, बचा हुआ है, ये नहीं, आप खुद satisfied होना चाहिए. Then you can file a patent application in a prescribed manner with the appropriate forms and fees. You need to pay the fees based on the type of application. Okay, there are two categories, temporary and the priority is there. Okay, so according to that, fees will be there while submitting the patent application in the patent office. If you do not file a request for early publication, the patent application will be processed on expiry of 18 months, which means that आप अगर ordinary applications अगर करते हैं तो 18 महीने के बाद में वो पेटेंट पब्लिश होगा. Okay. So drafting is a real game changer in order to obtain a grant of the patent. Okay. So therefore I told you that patent drafting is basically the art. It is basically the skill. Either you should develop that skill, or either you should go for the using the services, additional services, or using the basically the professional services. Okay, then there are two types of the filing the patent. One is nothing but the provisional specification, another is nothing but the complete specification. If you complete the specification, okay, then in that case you will go as per your priority application or the ordinary application. If you go with the provisional specification, then don't forget to file the complete specification within 12 months from the date of filing provisional specification. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपने अगर प्रोविजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन फाइल किया है तो आपको 12 महीने के अंदर, 1 साल के अंदर आपके कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन प्रोडक्ट के जो भी क्रिएटिव आइडिया है उसके देने पड़ेंगे. So provisional specification means what? As soon as idea comes to your mind and can be drawn on paper, you can file the provisional specification. Provisional specification मतलब आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आइडिया आपके माइंड में आ गई है, ओके, और आपको उसको पेपर में उतार सकते हैं किस तरह की आइडिया रहेगी, और फाइनल पिक्चर आपको अगर क्लियर नहीं है और 1-8 साल रह सकता है और आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कोई मेरी आइडिया कॉपी कर सकता है, इस तरह का प्रोडक्ट बना सकता है, तो लेट अस गो फॉर द प्रोविजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन. Okay, provisional specification must have the title and the summary of the invention. उसमें टाइटल एंड समरी ऑफ इन्वेंशन होना जरूरी है. डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड क्लेम्स आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड इन केस ऑफ द प्रोविजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन. Complete specification. Once your invention is ready, you may file the complete specification. लेकिन मैक्सिमम टाइम परमिटेड इज 1 year. 1 साल के अंदर आपको फाइल करना ही है. Okay, the content of specification is shown in the next slide. We will see. Detailed description and claims are must. Complete specification देते वक्त आपको दो ऑप्शन है, एक तो प्रोविजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन करिए 1 साल के अंदर, कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन दीजिए, या फिर डायरेक्टली कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन पे ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं. सो इन द कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन डिटेल्ड डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड क्लेम्स आर मस्ट. एनीथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट क्लेम इज ओपन फॉर द पब्लिक. सो drafting of specification and the claim. So drafting of the specification and the claims, you should write it on the A4 size paper, either in the Hindi or English. You can use that languages, 2 languages. Font size not less than 0.28 centimeter. Margins to be kept on the paper, that is 4 centimeter from top and left, 3 centimeter from the right and the bottom. ठीक है. Then title of the invention, field of invention, and summary of invention. So through your background study, the detailed description you'll have to write, okay, in the manner of title of the invention, field of invention, summary of invention, and claims followed by the signature, which is consisting of again the abstract limited to the 150 words. So this is basically the drafting of specification and the claims. Then step number 6, request for the examination. So this is the step where the applicant is required to request the Indian Patent Office to examine your patent application within 48 hours. Request for examination मतलब पहले पेटेंट फाइल करते वक्त आपको फीस भरनी है. जब आप उसका पीरियड खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद में एग्जामिनेशन के ऊपर लगाना पड़ेगा. एंड यू हैव टू अपीयर फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन. ऑब्जेक्शंस है कुछ है, तो यू हैव टू रिक्वेस्ट फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन एंड यू नीड टू पे द फीस फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन. एग्जामिनेशन फीस आपको पेटेंट ऑफिस को भरनी पड़ेगी. देन आफ्टर दैट स्टेप नंबर 7, रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू द ऑब्जेक्शंस इफ एनी. किसी के कुछ ऑब्जेक्शंस है आपके पेटेंट के ऊपर जो कि पब्लिश हो चुका है पेटेंट जर्नल में, किसी का कॉपी किया गया है, किसी के ऑब्जेक्शंस आए हैं, वो ऑब्जेक्शंस को आपको जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा. द ड्राफ्ट एंड द रिपोर्ट सबमिटेड टू द ऑफिसर्स इन द पेटेंट ऑफिस आर thoroughly examined at this step. And at this step, there is a chance for the inventor to communicate his novelty or inventive steps over any other piece of art found during the assessment. If all the things are well clarified and solved, the patent application is almost ready to come into the action. Okay. Once your examination is over, objections are justified, then the step number 8 is basically the grant of the patent. If the application meets all the prescribed requirement, इसकी एग्जामिनेशन जो है वो दिल्ली में होती है पेटेंट ऑफिस में. जो भी इन्वेंटर्स है जिनके नाम उसमें से आए हैं, उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव या उनको वहां जाके अपना प्रपोजल डिफेंड करना पड़ता है. okay, और डिफेंड करके वो पेटेंट आपको ग्रांट होता है. So if the application meets all the prescribed requirement, it is placed in the order of the grant. Usually the final grant of the application is notified through a journal that is published. मतलब जो जर्नल है उसमें से पेटेंट ग्रांट की इंफॉर्मेशन, कौन सा पेटेंट ग्रांट किया है, वो इंफॉर्मेशन चली जाती है. Then okay, patent is granted for the 20 years span of time in India. Renewal of your patent. Usually a patent is in force for 20 years. On completion of 20 years, the owner is required to renew the patent by paying a small fees. मतलब 20 साल के लिए मिला है, आपको अगर लगता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट मेरे और काम का नहीं है, कमर्शियलाइजेशन कर चुका है तो और अभी कोई उसमें स्कोप नहीं है, तो आप रिन्यूअल नहीं कर सकते। लेकिन अगर आपको लगता है कि स्टिल देयर इज ए स्कोप टू जनरेट मनी थ्रू दिस प्रोडक्ट and this product is being accepted by the public very well, then in that case you can renew your patent after 20 years by paying a small fees to the patent office. Okay. So patent grant procedure जो है उसकी ब्लॉक डायग्राम अभी हम देखते हैं। फाइलिंग ऑफ पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन, डिजिटाइजेशन, जैसे कि आप ऑनलाइन करते हैं तो आपके डिजिटल सिग्नेचर चाहिए। अब डिजिटल सिग्नेचर के लिए आपको वो 2000 रुपीज अराउंड फीस है, उसकी आपको डिजिटली सिग्नेचर पहले आपको तैयार करनी पड़ेगी। देन स्क्रीनिंग एंड क्वालिफिकेशन, अर्ली पब्लिकेशन के लिए अगर आप रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं तो प्रायोरिटी एप्लीकेशन में जाता है तो आपका जल्दी पब्लिश हो जाएगा जर्नल में, नहीं तो पब्लिकेशन आफ्टर 18 months, आफ्टर द 18 months it will be publication. Then request for the examination, आफ्टर द पब्लिकेशन ऑब्जेक्शंस वगैरह आते हैं, उसके बाद में विद इन 48 months यू हैव टू गो फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन। देन अलॉटमेंट विल बी देयर, ओके। देन एग्जामिनेशन इन द रिस्पेक्टिव ग्रुप, grant or refusal will be decided at this stage when the examination is over. Pre-grant opposition by representation by any person. Then publication of grant of the patent, मतलब examination में आप appear हो गए and then the judges will decide whether you need to you will be granted a patent or not, or you will be refused. Then publication of the grant of the patent and post grant opposition to the grant of patent within 1 year, composition of the opposition board and decision by the control of patent, that is final decision. So this is the patent grant procedure in the India, which may take a lot of time. Okay, so we have seen the entire procedures for going for a patent. Okay, just summarize it so that your invention, basic thing, your invention, if you want to go with the startup means what? आप अपना खुद का प्रोडक्ट बनाना चाहते हैं, आप खुद का बिजनेस बनाना चाहते हैं। जैसे कि हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के कुछ अलुमनीज है, उन्होंने अपना खुद का प्रोडक्ट स्टार्ट किया है, तैयार किया है, जो कि ग्रास कटिंग मशीन है। ऑटोमोबाइल इंजीनियर्स है, उन्होंने ग्रास कटिंग मशीन को डिजाइन करके अभी काफी साल हो गए उसको, 20-20 साल 30-30 साल से वो अपना बिजनेस कर रहे हैं। सो ग्रास कटिंग मशीन जो है, वो ग्रास कटिंग मशीन उन्होंने एक फैब्रिकेट की है, तैयार की है। हेलो, NIT मध्ये लेक्चर चालू आहे, बोलतो मग नाही करत नाही ते, काल नाही केलं, नाही ठीक आहे। So invention, once you have the invention, once you feel that you have the creative idea which can be converted into the product and can be commercialized, okay, then drafting, once you have drafted your patent either with the provisional specification, either with the confirmed complete specification, then go for the filing. By that time, your search of the patent office, your jurisdiction, your forms, which forms are applicable, that is being decided. Then go for the filing. Once it is go for the filing, publication. If you request for the early publication and pay certain small amount of fees, then within 18 months it will be published, or otherwise in the ordinary application after 18 months it is published. Then you have to go for the examination by sustaining if any objectives are there, objections are there, and then response, and finally grant of the patent, and you will be awarded with the patent. So these are the steps which is being involved. So now you are ready to file a patent to get a grant of the patent. Then forms for filing of the patent. Form number 1, that is application of grant of patent. Form number 2, provisional or the complete specification, and form number 5, declaration as to inventorship. So you have to download these forms from the website of the that is ipindia.nic.in, and you have to fill it. So while filing a patent, online filing 1600 for an individual person. If you go as a others, means as a industry, as an organization, then it is 8,000 rupees. Offline filing 1750 is there, and in the others category 8,800 is there. After completion of 18 months from the date of the application, your application will be published in the journal, and journal gets published on every Friday, means weekly it is being published. Okay. Form number 9 is there if you want to request for early publication, which means that form number 1, form number 2, form number 5, if you want to go for the early publication, you have to use the form number 9. So if for 30 PG specification and 10 claims, furthermore additional charges are required. Okay, 30-page specification is there and more than 10 claims are there, then in that case additional charges are there. That additional charges are online filing 2,500, offline filing 2,750. Okay, and for an organization 12,500 and 30,750. So remember, no publication if no complete specification. So provisional specification वाले जर्नल में पब्लिश होते हैं क्या? नहीं, कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन जो है वही जर्नल में पब्लिश होंगे. Types of the patent application. So ordinary patent application. So application with the PS and CS shall be filled within the 12 months with the F5, which means that form number 5 provisional specification or the complete specification. Provisional specification की तरफ जाते हैं तो complete specification आपको मतलब 12 महीने के अंदर फाइल करना है. Otherwise it will be cancelled, abandoned. Okay. Application with CS complete specification, it should be required with the claims. So this is the comprehensive filing procedure which is provided on the website of the IP India, means Intellectual Property Rights Offices. So e-filing version 1.0 launched in 2007, 2.0 which is launched in the December 2012. Application format for patent e-filing application. So here you can file it in the PDF specification and drawings, abstract images. It is to be enclosed in the JPG format. Other your formats, it should be in the XML data or the PDF format. For convenience, 24 hours, this online methodology is being available 365 days in a year. And maximum data size of your document, it should not be more than 15 MB, and payment you can make it in the online net banking method. The procedure: download the e-filing software in the version 1.0, registration with a digital signature, and upload the signed XML. In version 2.0, which was launched in the December 2012, comprehensive in nature and almost all subsequent fillings available, and it is a web-based architecture. Okay. So filing procedures: digital signatures, online banking transaction account, then registration, then login into your account, select the form entry, enter the details, okay, save the draft, preview, okay, preview your application, digitally sign the drafted form. So therefore, I said that your signature should be digitally signed, approved. Select the payment gateway, make an online payment, submit the transaction details to the IPO, and print your e-receipts. So these are the steps which is being involved when you are working with the software of the patent. Okay. अभी मैं आपको ये जो दिखा रहा हूं मेरे स्क्रीन के ऊपर जो आप देख रहे हैं, अब इसको थोड़ा पढ़िए. जो मैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर शेयर कर रहा हूँ, कौन सा पेटेंट है, क्या है। तो हम लोग जो है वो 2 मिनट बाद एक बायोलॉजिकल ब्रेक लेके हम लोग फिर से शुरू करते हैं, रिज्यूम करते हैं। So I hope that you are able to see my screen and you have read the contents of the screen.
Yes.
Where the patent which is being filed in 2013, it is shown over there. अब ये मैंने बताया, पेटेंट फाइल करने के लिए हमारे पास इनोवेटिव आइडिया, इनोवेटिव डिजाइन या उस तरह का प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए. अब here you can see that the title of the invention is hybrid tool concept for boring, rimming and chamfering in a single tool. In this particular patent, the inventors are R.S. Kadu, okay, then the Dr. Modak sir, myself, and Dr. P.S. Kadu. So the what we have seen in the Mahindra and Mahindra, the 3 tools for a CNC machine, the 3 tools were used for that machine. What kind of 3 tools and 3 operation? The boring operation, rimming operation and chamfering operation. ये 3 tools द्वारा 3 operations एक machines के ऊपर किए जाते थे. वो machines की जो tool magazine थी वो 60 tool को accommodate करती है. बोरिंग ऑपरेशन खत्म हो गया तो बोरिंग टूल को टूल मैगजीन में प्लेस करके रिमिंग टूल को वहां पे लाके फिर मशीनिंग करेंगे. फिर रिमिंग खत्म हो गया तो फिर रिमिंग टूल को जाके टूल मैगजीन में प्लेस करेंगे सीएनसी मशीन के, और फिर चैम्परिंग ऑपरेशन करेंगे. और चैम्परिंग ऑपरेशन करके चैम्परिंग का टूल जो है फिर जाके मैगजीन में चला जाएगा. What does it mean? Okay, each time certain time lag is there for bringing the tool to the actual machining position. मतलब बोरिंग टूल को पहले पिकअप करके लाके, okay, बोरिंग करने के बाद में रिमिंग को लेके आके, ये जो टाइम लैग है इसकी वजह से जो हाउसिंग होती है ओके, जो कि कास्टेड पार्ट है ट्रैक्टर का जो है, जिसमें सीएनसी मशीनिंग की जाती है, वो जो पार्ट है वहां पे वो साइकिल टाइम बढ़ गई थी। साइकिल टाइम बढ़ गया मतलब उसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग टाइम इज मोर। तो हमने क्या सोचा कि ये तीनों ऑपरेशन को अगर कंबाइन कर देते हैं, मतलब बोरिंग, रिमिंग और चैम्परिंग ऑपरेशन को कंबाइन करके उसका एक ही टूल बनाएंगे, वो ही टूल बोरिंग ऑपरेशन करेगा, रिमिंग करेगा, चैम्परिंग करेगा। सो ऑल दिस ऑपरेशन, 3 ऑपरेशंस are being combined, okay, in a single operation, and that tool we have designed. Now this tool is being not only designed, it is being manufactured, it is being produced by the Mahindra and Mahindra tractor division at Nagpur. Then we have tested that tool and we found that because of this tool, new tool or the innovative tool, the number of operations required and the cycle time required, it is being reduced. Cycle time अगर reduce हो गया तो एक CNC मशीन 24 घंटे के लिए चलती है, वो अगर 50 कंपोनेंट का मशीनिंग करता है तो वो क्या हो गया कि 58 कंपोनेंट का मशीनिंग करने लगा, हमारा प्रोडक्शन रेट बढ़ गया, हमारा प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बढ़ गया। So because of this particular innovation by the researcher who has worked under my guidance, the Mahindra and Mahindra has saved more than 2 crores of rupees per annum. So therefore, what we can say that the innovative idea is there. That innovative idea is to be converted into the product, file the patent, and then either you can sell it to some industry, those who want to manufacture, or otherwise, okay, you can have your own startup and go for the production. Now, benefits of getting a patent: prevents theft of your invention. आपकी आइडिया, आपका प्रोडक्ट कोई चोरी नहीं कर सकता है. The freedom of exclusivity, easy to build a merchandise and commercialize. Higher market share since your idea becomes and more monetary value, and higher profit margins. Although the entire process of filing a patent is long and complex, one must remember the importance it has. And with the digital advancement, it is probable that the process might be get simplified and easy. So these are the patents. So I will come up with some of the products, the case studies as a part of the case studies which were invented. The paper clips, you might have seen such kind of paper clips, which was invented in the 1900 by a man from Norway named the John Waller. The paper clip helped to solve the age-old problems. How do I keep my papers together without ruining them or poking holes in them? So this is the small, even though it looks a small product, in many of the offices it is being used, which was patented by the John Waller. The zipper, okay, everyday application in the clothes or in the bags, we find such kind of zipper. The next taken for granted invention is one that almost all of you use, have a zip on the right now. Okay, zipper. Adhesive tapes. Every time you rip a paper or need to fasten a picture to your locker or wall, what you would go and grab? That's right, that is a tape, and most of the time the clear kind. So this kind of adhesive tape. Ballpoint pens. So I hope that you remember having to dip your pen into the ink every time. At least in my generation, okay, 30-40 years ago, हमारे पास में वो ink होती थी, उसकी bottle होती थी और एक nip वाली पेन होती थी, हमेशा उसमें dip करना जरूरी होता था. Nowadays there is no need of such thing because ballpoint pens are there. Okay, because of the invention of these ballpoint pens, this technology of earlier ink and pen, it has become a absolute. Okay. This is the one of the invention which was very popular that time. So this invention by the Ratan Tata and the Tata Motors, that is having the 31 design and 37 technology patent. Okay, I hope that you remember this this particular car, that is a Nano, one of the cheapest car in the world. Okay, and the car which can be afford, which everybody can afford, even common people can afford. So this kind of nano car was designed with a cost of only $2,000, which is one of the great invention in the automobile industry for middle level segments of the people or the middle class families, wherein they cannot afford the luxurious car, sedan segment cars or the SUVs. Then how to write the patents. So following points are covered in the complete specification of the patent. What points are there? Title of the invention. आपको project report जैसी patent का एक report बनना है. उसमें title of invention, preamble to the description, complete specification, background, status of the prior art, problem with prior art, object of invention, summary of the invention, brief discussion of the drawing, detailed description of the invention with specification and claims, और abstracts of drawing. आपके पास जो भी abstract है जो तैयार कर रहे हैं या जो भी drawings है वो drawings भी उसमें आएंगे. So patent specification structure, किस तरह का structure होता है, किस तरह से हमें patent लिखना है. Patent specification, title, technical field कौन सी है, aims and objectives of the invention क्या है, background art, okay, or acknowledge the prior art, disclosure of the invention, brief description of the drawings, detailed description of drawing, examples, industrial applicability, closing statement, और आपके claims कितने हैं, drawings and then abstract. So this is the specification structure of the patent. Then minimum documents required for filing patent in India. That is, we have discussed that form number 1, assignment or proof of right to apply. अगर agents को देते हैं तो उसको हमें rights provide करना पड़ेगा हमारे behalf पे file करने के लिए. Form number 2, that is provisional or the complete specification. Foreign filings है तो statement of foreign filing, that is form number 3. India से अगर है तो नहीं लगेगा. Declaration as to inventorship, that is form number 5, which request for the number of inventors with their details, and then request for examination. It comes later after the form number 18. Request for early publication. आपको अगर early publication में जाना है तो form number 9, which is optional one, but you have to pay the little fees to the patent office for the early application. Then power of attorney, if required, if you want to go for the power of attorney, form number 26. Certified copy of convention application if required for conventional PCT international application. So most common mistakes which is being made by the inventors, they publish their invention before filing the patent. आपको मैंने जापान और चाइना, कोरिया, ताइवान का एक एग्जाम्पल दिया था जिसमें आपको बताया था कि वो लोग पहले पेटेंट फाइल करते हैं उसके बाद में अपना रिसर्च पेपर या कंट्रीब्यूशन पब्लिसाइज करते हैं. हमारे इंडिया में उसके उल्टा होता है. हम लोग पहले पेपर पब्लिश करते हैं, डाटा सब ओपन डोमेन में आ जाता है और उसके बाद पेटेंट फाइल करने के लिए जाते हैं. देन इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. So therefore you have to publish do not publish your invention in the open domain unless and until you file the patent. Use of invention in public or commercial use of invention in public or even in secrecy prior to filing patent application. Wait until the invention is fully developed for commercial working before applying for the patent. मतलब premature stage के ऊपर हम लोग जो है वो अप्लाई कर देते हैं, उसका फाइनल प्रोडक्ट कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन या फंक्शनल वर्किंग चेक न करते हुए वो पेटेंट को फाइल कर देते हैं. ये मोस्ट ऑफ द कॉमन मिस्टेक्स बाय द इन्वेंटर्स बता दी है. नाउ we will see this particular that is the same patent which I have told that which is being filed, okay, which is being granted to us, and this patent you can see here, this is filed for the Mahindra and Mahindra Limited. So hybrid tool for boring and reaming operation is developed for the Mahindra and Mahindra tractor division. This is the cutting tool which you have developed. So Dr. Research G.K. Avari as a research supervisor of the candidate, Mr. Rajendra Kadu, who is a senior manager at Mahindra and Mahindra Nagpur. We have developed the hybrid tool for this particular 3 operation. And this particular product is used for the 5-axis CNC machine having tool magazine of 60 tools used for machining of tractor gear housing. ट्रैक्टर के गियर हाउसिंग को मशीनिंग करने के लिए एक कंबाइंड टूल हमने डिजाइन किया है. Initially 2 tools were used for 2 operations of boring and reaming. The 2 operations are combined into one, and hybrid tool is being developed for the Mahindra and Mahindra. Now Mahindra and Mahindra is using this product on the CNC machine and all over the plants of the Mahindra. So this is one of the great innovation which has been happened, and also the product is being commercialized for the Mahindra and Mahindra. This is second patent because some of you may be knowing that I have also authored a book on the additive manufacturing and 3D printing technology for a CRC Press, Taylor and Francis Group, London. Okay, 5 more books I have authored for the CRC Press. So based on my 3D printing research work, this particular patent we have filed. The title of this patent is 3D printing of cost-effective human skull model and skull implant. So this particular patent is an Australian patent filed in Australia, and it is being granted to us within 6 to 8 months span of time, because patents in India take a lot of time. So therefore we have gone for the Australian patent and protecting our product or the ideas of the human skull model with the 3D printing through the Australian patent. Duration for which the patents are granted for 20 years, non-renewable. Trademarks, okay, your logo and your all these things, these are granted for a period of 10 years and renewable after 10 years. Copyrights, its life is 60 plus years, life plus 60 years, which means that if you write a book, you will be getting a royalty only for the good publishers. So they pay you the royalty throughout your life plus 60 years. As long as your book is there in the market, you will be paid with the royalty because of this copyright, because of this book which you have written. Then the design 10 years and renewable for next 5 years. So these are the duration for which the patent is being granted in the India. So in the nutshell, I summarize this particular lecture which you have started. Today we have seen what do we mean by the patent, what are the products which are patentable, what are the products which are non-patentable. Okay, is that clear to you? Then second thing which we have seen is what is the process of the patent, how to convert your startups or how to convert your ideas, product into the patent. What are the various forms which are being essential for filing a patent? What do we mean by the early publication? What do we mean by the ordinary publication? And then the complete details about the patent and the process to go with the patenting, and then the process to go with the startup. So this kind of things we have discussed today. Naturally, each and everything cannot be shared with you at a single instance or in the first lecture. So therefore, if you have any queries, we can take up some queries today if the time permits by the organizers. or otherwise you can note down my mobile number, which is given on the screen, 9922966173, and email ID is gkawri7070@gmail.com. So you can write to me or you can call me on this number for any kind of queries, any kind of doubts which you face. The copyrights which you have discussed today, these are some of my books which you can see here, which is coming under the copyrights, and wherein I am getting the royalty from the publisher, that is Quantitative Techniques in Business Management and Finance, written for the CRC Press, Additive Manufacturing and 3D Printing Technology. This is the only Indian author book available in this area. Okay, otherwise in this subject, all the books are written by the foreign author. We are the first Indian authors to write a book in the additive manufacturing and 3D printing technology, automotive systems, principle and practices, again for the CRC Press, Taylor and Francis Group, ethics in the information technology, ethics in information technology. So this is again the one of the book which is being launched recently on 16th of May. And these are the books which is written by the New Age International Publisher, that is Strength of Material, Mathematics for Computer Graphics, and all these things. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot for the patience hearing. Okay. And I am grateful to you that organizers, Sri Shirvate sir, the principal of the institute, Potbare sir, and all the organizers for inviting me to deliver the expert lecture on this particular topic, which is of interest to me. Okay, and I hope that you all learned something out of this lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your very great lecture. I hope everyone will understand how to file a patent and IPR, about IPR. So I thank you from our NIT institution for to you that you take a very wonderful lecture. Thank you once again.
If any questions are, let them ask the question so that we can finish in some time.
If anyone have any doubt, any question, please ask.
If anyone is having any questions, they can ask, they can unmute themselves and ask the question.
I think no doubt.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So आप बेटा आप लोग लेफ्ट कर सकते हो if you don't have any doubt, any query.